will go. Okay, I don't know if I can't see everyone because I'm in presenter mode, but if there's anyone from Morgan's team, if you want to hop into your team page and just remind people that the call is happening. Same goes for one of our CFY gals, if you don't mind doing that for me. I did set up our events within the team page so that we get that 30-minute reminder. So let's get started. So happy February. Already February 6th. So for those of you who are unaware, our team calls happen every Monday night, 5:30 p.m. Pacific time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. They're always recorded. Your diamond leaders and above are always striving to make sure that you're in the know, not only with corporate happenings, but with what we're collaborating on within our teams. And that's something that both Morgan and I pride ourselves on, is the teamwork and how we work better together versus, you know, trying to do things on our own and duplicating efforts, etc. So these are two amazing teams to be a part of for that. And this is the call that even if you can't join live, there's always going to be a playback. You'll be able to figure out what's going on within the team, how you can plug in. I didn't put a picture of myself, but I am hosting tonight. I actually just told Ashley that I am approaching my 6-year anniversary of signing up with Beachbody. It's on the 8th. I'm just going to take a little detour here, but I think it almost leaves me speechless, because what I signed up for was to rid my fat face. I signed up as a customer. I didn't want the shakes. My boys, Max was just 2 months old, and little did I know that pressing play, plugging into an accountability group and leaning in would amount to so much more than ridding that fat face and, you know, wanting to be in pictures with my kids. 5 months later, I decided to rid my chicken shit and tell my coach yes to signing up to also offer this opportunity to others. And I told her no 4 months in a row. And so I think that's a true testament as we get into this month's happenings and recognizing who you not only want to press play with, but who you want to build a business with, who you want to link arms and grow with, dream with. Even if someone said no to you, or even if, you know, someone did try this coaching / body partner thing before, don't count them out if they're still heavy on your heart. And take me as an example. Like, I said no for 4 months, and life would look a lot different if my coach gave up on me. So tonight we're going to go talk through some February happenings from the corporate side of things, and then also within our team and what we're doing this month to grow and move our businesses forward. I'm going to present to you an overview of our calendar of happenings, and in hopes of us getting a little bit more intentional with how we share and show up on social media this month. So kind of presenting how I'm approaching the month. And then we'll close off with our weekly wisdom tips and to-dos and go from there. Maybe next slide. Okay, I am changing lives. We went too far there. But for those of you who haven't seen this slide, just a quick reminder how powerful our mantras are, our thoughts, and how much power they have, just in terms of like, I am changing lives. No matter if you see yourself up on this board, if you see your name on any of the slides that are going to follow, you are showing up for yourself first and foremost in hopes of helping others, right? So believe what you want to achieve. Believe what you want to do in the future. And in January, these are the ladies who locked in Success Club. So that means if you don't know what Success Club is, I highly encourage you to go Google it, Beachbody Success Club, read up on it. Also go into one of our team pages and catch the playback from one of the January calls that we talked about all the updates that were made with our Success Club system. But basically it's getting newbies started with a total solution pack earns you Success Club points, as does connecting ladies to workouts, Maybe it's energize. If you follow coaches on Instagram, you probably see a lot now linking to just energize or just their workouts, or it's because now all sales add up and map to possibly earning yourself Success Club points. So it used to just be you had to sell a total solution pack. Now it's you can earn Success Club points with that total solution pack or accumulative sales that add up to a certain amount of volume. So congrats to our January Success Club earners, myself, Taylor, Morgan, Kayla, let's see, I blocked off, Ash, Chelsea, Paige, Tish, Mar, and Sarah. Well done. Next, I just wanted to shed light on how awesome it is to have an upline coach who recognizes her full downline. So Nikki Whiting is my grandma coach. So that means she's my coach's coach. And if you're not plugged into Beatnik Dynasty, I highly encourage you to join that Facebook group. Since the beginning of the year, Nikki has really upped her presence there and just sharing lots of knowledge, not only from corporate happenings, but also she's a 15-star diamond in the company, and that's the highest rank you can achieve. So she's really feeding us good bits of information, strategies, nuggets that she's gaining within the different message threads she's in. So this is Nikki over on the right, and these are all the gals in Beatnik. I think Beatnik, she told me when we were on her retreat, is about 18,000 coaches now. So these are all the coaches who achieved Success Club in Jan. So Morgan and I just wanted to show that this month. And next, I am going to spend about 5-ish minutes talking about the road to legacy. So this is a new coach created recognition program that 15-star diamond leaders within the company. So those of you that are maybe in the Slay Squad group and join those training calls on Tuesday nights, that group of coaches rolled out this program at the beginning of the year to better align with our recognition systems that equal earned income in the business. So if you follow coaches on social media, this used to be called the millionaire, or was it the Million Club, I think, and then they rebranded it to the Legacy Club. So that's when a coach earns $1 million. So now what this is kind of steps and milestones that lead you to that road to legacy. So it's based on cumulative earnings. If you have multiple business centers, you can count all of your earnings within your business centers, or also your spouse account or your other controlled account. And then as you advance in earnings, you advance in your road to legacy recognition. So it's meaningful, it's significant, it recognizes the bottom line of any business and how much you're taking home, and not just rank, etc. So how it will work. This is completely optional to participate in, and it's not corporate led. If you prefer to be private and simply know your legacy number by looking at your earnings located in your coach office under earnings, and then total lifetime earnings. And then you look at your graph, that's totally fine. Again, it's optional. Number 2, we will not be sharing the income amount associated with your legacy number publicly, nor should you ever. So maybe you saw income progressions from coaches like, oh, in 2018, I earned $12,000. In 2019, I earned $25,000. We're no longer to share those specific numbers per corporate, and just keeping us really protected from I forget what they're called, one of the companies that kind of monitors MLMs. So this is the next best thing. I don't know if you guys are motivated by the numbers, but I remember early on seeing some of Nikki's numbers, and I'm like, oh my God, like, how is that even possible? I'm like, there's no way. And then I got to know her, I put in the work. I started earning some significant amounts. And so this is, since we can't say those specifics, a way to motivate others who want to earn a lot. Next, let's see, what else do I got here? You're going to be celebrated publicly if you want to. So we will simply shout you out as achieving legacy 3 or legacy 10. And those outside of our body partner bubble, they won't quite understand what that level correlates to money-wise, much as the same as it is now with hitting new ranks. But it shows that you're moving your business forward, right? And it allows another opportunity to be recognized. And then the third thing to note is this is self-reported. So maybe you're in Clapvio Self Crew downline. I can't click into your name and see how much you've earned. That's very private information that's only made readily available to you. So you are going to need to go into Beatnik, the Facebook group, and right at the top of Beatnik, Nikki has pinned a spreadsheet, and that is where you'll update your legacy number. So she said this morning on a diamond call, we have a Beatnik diamond call the first Monday of every month. She said she's going to do a team board the first Monday of every month. So Morgan and I are going to do our best to make sure that before the first Monday of every month, we're doing a quick reminder, time to go into your back office, check out your earnings and see if you advanced in your road to legacy level. And then you're going to go into that spreadsheet, update it, and then you'll be recognized with the team. Okay. Kind of a lot, but also it's fairly simple. And again, it's a really cool recognition to show how you've changed lives and earned income for your family. And here's the best part. So in the road to legacy, you can never drop. So those of you who are familiar with ranks, you have to have a certain amount of people active, which means ordering, in order to keep that emerald or diamond or star diamond rank. Well, with the road to legacy, once you hit a milestone level, because it's cumulative earnings, you'll never drop below that milestone where you have to get back to it like we do with the other rank systems. Any questions here? Comments? Go to the chat. Okay.
Joss, we just go into our back office and see all that information?
Yep. So let me go back really quick. They listed kind of the path, but this is stuck. So you go log into your coach office, coach.teambeachbody.com. Zoom quit unexpectedly. And then you're going to go under earnings. It's just right on the left rail of the page. You'll click into earnings and then it'll show total lifetime earnings and it'll show you right there. So when you have to start adding things up is oh no, I lost you. Okay, well, we're just gonna have to, I'm gonna have to piece together it, but I'm not sure where. Yep, someone just dropped it in the chat. You'll just log into your coach office, go to earnings right in the left column, and then it'll show you lifetime earnings. Good. And here's the thing too. Maybe you're a brand new coach and maybe you just made your first sale, or maybe you've been coaching for a while and you decided to take your foot off the gas. Or nothing is too big or too small here, ladies. Again, like I just explained, people outside of Beachbody and our body world, they don't really understand what those levels equate to, right? So go fill it out. And I have that as one of our 4 to-dos after this. Go fill it out. Go see how much you've earned. Or if you haven't earned anything, make it a goal to make a sale so that you get to input into that spreadsheet. Let me share my screen again. Okay, so moving right along. So this is what this spreadsheet is going to look like. Can you ladies see okay? So you'll click on the link in the spreadsheet and it's going to take you here. There's a kind of, what do you call it? My brain's not working very well. There's like I guess an overview of the road to legacy and what each of the levels mean. So like level 1, you've earned $120. Level 2, you've earned $256 and so on. So that's where you figure out what level you're at. And then you just simply go over to the spreadsheet and you drop in your level. You put in who your sponsor is, if they're active, and then your Facebook URL. So easy as that. Okay. All right, moving right along. So these are, this is so exciting. These are the ladies who went into Beatnik already and filled it out. So it like gives me chills. And it was really cool when I reminded our Diamond Leader thread to make sure they went in and did it, for a few of them to add up their numbers and be like, holy shit, like I didn't realize this is the not only impact I've made, but the earnings that I've been able to contribute to my family, however you choose to use that, those earnings, but it's just really cool. So Morgan is at 36. We have Paige at 12, Rebecca at 8, Sarah at 4, Stephanie at 3, Brittany Gilbert at 18, Ash at 20, Marlena at 25, and myself at 36. So super well done. I hope that this not only inspires you to go continue to share how this has changed your life, but also how the business aspect has really benefited and played a role in, you know, having these extra earnings that were never a part of the plan, right? Okay, moving right along. So Success Club right into February recognition. We have 3 people on the board, which is great. We have Ashley, Morgan, and Paige. I know for me, I haven't really done any inviting to our February group that just kicked off officially yesterday. So don't be discouraged if you're at 0 like me. There's lots and lots of month left, so much goodness to be sharing. But remember, if we don't share what's changed our life, if we don't share what's going on, how are people going to know what they're missing out on, right? In terms of diamond and above business builders, Morgan, Mar, myself, and Ashley, we're almost done with recognition, promise. The first Monday of the month is always going to be heavy recognition. And then our Emerald business builders. So Emerald rank means they have, you have one either preferred customer or coach on each of your legs, and this unlocks the second earning opportunity and potential within your business. So you can earn through retail sales, and then you also earn through volume cycling. So go Emerald coaches and above. All right, on to February happenings. If anyone has any questions, speak up too. So first things first, corporate happenings. Just a reminder, we get our information, we as in those hosting this call, from our coach office. So just highlighting, this is right on your homepage when you log into your coach office at coach.teambeachbody.com. These are the latest announcements. Lots going on. There have been some Success Starter updates, Success Club executive kickoff promotion, details there. I know that just ended, etc. So just flagging that for you. We also still have our $20 off promo code. So it's just your first name, TSP20, and that gives $20 off any packs that I believe are $149 and above. So make sure you use that. And then another one that I really want you guys to focus in on, and we're going to be talking about this more and more as we approach March, but our terminology is transitioning from Beachbody coach to body partner. So you're really, really going to start to hear and see partner and body over Beachbody and coach. So don't be alarmed. Read that article. It tells a lot more about it. Next. So if you're unaware, our teams run a team-wide 21-day confidence camp group every single month. This month, the theme is Be Sweet to Yourself. It kicked off yesterday / officially today, the first Monday of every month, and it'll run for 21 days. So if you're not yet in here, I highly encourage you to. I know that I shared the link in our coach group and Morgan did as well. And then if you maybe you signed someone up that doesn't have Facebook, and you want to plug into our ongoing BOD group, that's listed here as well. You can find that within the Beachbody On Demand app, etc. So those are the two groups we have going on this month. Any questions? That was kind of a lot, but recognition is so important, and it's really, really important to us to take the time for it. Any questions on Road to Legacy? No? Good? Okay, awesome. So next thing are get shit done, pick 1 or 4. So to ensure that we just don't hang up off this call on Monday nights and then forget about everything, we want to make sure that we aren't just operating with knowledge being power, but we're applying the knowledge, the things we talked about, applying it, because that is where the true power lies. So these are your 4 things that I'm giving you tonight. So pick 1, 4, I don't care. Do what's best for you, but make sure you do. So write out your February goals and share them in your coach group or in your with your success partner, with your coach, whoever is going to do it for you. That public display of accountability. Next, reshare about the February Confidence Camp group. That's something that I'm going to be focusing on the next couple days. Do an accountability group call to action post this week, or do a call to action in your stories. Talk about what it is, what it's done for your life, how it makes you feel. Speak to you prior to Beachbody. Think about maybe what attracted you when your coach posted when you joined. And then last but not least, input your details in the Road to Legacy spreadsheet in Beatnik. So I know I'm going to be sharing the individual graphics that you saw on Thursday on Recognition Day. Morgan said the same. So you still have time if you want to get recognized this month. Otherwise, we'll remind you again for next month. And then dates to remember. Oh, I know why that one slide was blank. Let's go back. So last but not least, Morgan and I decided we wanted to try something a little new. So let me see if I can find. Okay, great. Screen 2. Let me know when you can see it. Good. Okay. So we used to do a calendar like this last year around this time. And I think just from the perspective of, not only sharing our daily accountability with it, we got our workout in, or that we're making our Energize, or that we are getting up when we said we were going to, or showing the chaos of our kids, making sure we're also being intentional with those additional income producing activities, right? So from an invite strategy perspective, right now, you should be sharing. I'm not going to shit on you, but this is what Morgan and I decided to share. If you want to really follow through those income producing activities, make sure that you're also sharing things that apply to allowing and setting yourself up for inviting to your February group. So maybe it's a quick glance at the February recipe ebook. Maybe it's, sharing a glimpse into your February self check-in, that exercise where you come up with your numbers. Whatever it is that you're sharing daily, just make sure that there's something that, you can go to your stories and you can be like, oh, I see all these people have watched this story. I'm going to invite them directly from this story. Like, hey, I saw that you just viewed my self check-in. Can I send you more info about joining me in February? Like that, those are the things we're talking about when we talk about being intentional with our sharing, right? Making it easy for people to know what's going on. So we are going to be focusing on that through this week, even though our group just kicked off. And then next week, we'll transition to recognizing who within our accountability group is already acting as a coach or who's getting results. We'll have those behind the scene conversations like, hey, you're doing a really good job. Have you ever thought about doing what I do as a body partner? Like, are you interested in learning more? I'm also going to take to stories and share what being a body partner, formerly called a coach, has done for my life and why I'm still here 6 years later, right? Like it's the ultimate accountability. And I'm going to be sharing those things because on February 20th, Nikki's going to be running a Beat Nick team-wide 3-day what it looks like to become a body partner group. So those are kind of formally known as the coach sneak peek groups. So all the diamond leaders in Beat Nick have decided that third week of every month, we're always going to host this 3-day group. So we're trying to get into more of a cadence of like, okay, the beginning of the month, that's when we're inviting to our accountability group. Then towards the end of the month, that's when we're talking about the business opportunity. Good? Is this helpful? And I kind of ran out of time, so I didn't get to build this out as robust as I wanted, but like, you know, maybe you identify something that you do every week on Fridays. It's like fun Fridays and stories, you know, you do a little energized dance and you tag all your people, or maybe it's like on Wednesdays, I'm going to show a screen record of the awesomeness in our 21-day confidence camp. Like these are the things we just want to identify that we make sure we do, right? It's the simple little things that we do consistently that people are going to get in front of people and really help us move our businesses forward. Okay. And then our confidence camp will end on the 26th. So Morgan and I are going to build this out a little bit more this week. And Diamond Leaders, I would love your input too, Ash, Tish. But I wanted to give you guys a glimpse into what this looks like. Is that helpful? I know sometimes things like this, people like get married to them and they're like, oh shit, I didn't do this, so I'm not going to do any of it. Or they're like, oh my God, this overwhelms me, so like I'm just going to be paralyzed. Like, do what works best for you. I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a strategy so you don't feel like you're all over the place with your sharing. And you might still, I kind of do all the time sometimes, you know, it depends on the week, but I know if I'm a little bit more intentional, those are when I see my better months. We have 8 minutes to spare. Who am I? I feel like I was going so slow, but so fast with recognition. Does anyone want to share anything? Questions? I'll open the chat.
I did a question about the Road to Legacy. I went on to the coach group, or I'm sorry, the coach's office and pulled it all up. But when I got on here, I noticed that like some of the names are highlighted in gold and others are in red and some are in black. Should we just leave ours as is, or do you like know why they're different colors?
So leave them as how you did yours. That's great. Congrats, by the way. I love it.
I'm $40 from Elf, and I'm like, oh, that is my goal. Like that is it. I'm $40 away.
And like how motivating, right? We were on our diamond call this morning, and one of the gals that just went to NLC in Las Vegas, she's like, I remember my first $42 check, and it like made me feel so empowered. And to know what those dollars meant. Like I was connecting another lady to what I had been connected to, you know? So, I love it so much. So leave it in black because I believe red, this is Nikki's doing with all the colors. I think the silverish gold means she's included them in her all up board. I think red means she hasn't shared those personally. I think she's going to go in and change up the format of the sheet so that there are columns for January, February, March, so that you can identify if you stayed the same, if you changed, so that your sponsor can kind of distinguish between all of them.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah, sorry, that was very long-winded. Okay, let's see. I like the ideas. Awesome, Meg. I'm so happy to see you. Megan and I had a conversation after a live in-person event, and she's like, I'll never coach. I'm like, really?
Something like that. Yeah. It took some convincing.
And then after I was like, I really hope I didn't offend you.
No, but had to get the hubs on board. That one was a little hard.
And honestly, at the end of the day too, when I have people tell me no, or we have conversations like that, I'm like, do whatever is best for you, and just know I'm never going anywhere. So if you decide you're in, great. If you decide you just want to be a customer, great. Like, we're here to meet you where you're at. I see your potential. I hear you, but like, let me know if you rid your chicken shit, right, Meg? And it was having the conversation with your husband. So I love it.
A
So
few of
amazing.
them.
I love it. So what it
Which
takes.
I always love the topic of the husband coming up, because I also was nervous about it, because I was like, oh, I have to invest and then I'm supposed to sign my husband up. And so I tell girls my story is that I told him, I made him a promise. If it's not profitable, then I'll stop. So that was like my incentive to be like, I'll show him. And then I've been showing him ever since. And my anniversary is coming up 3 years on the 10th. And I mean, he's fully on board, because as soon as he saw that it was profitable, he's like, how can I help? What can I do? Oh, you need to hit this, or, you know, like he would do stuff in my back office, and he still like will peruse it for me and be like, hey, just a heads up, so-and-so is going inactive. Not sure if that's going to mean anything to you. And so that's helpful, is to get them on board, show them what it is and that it's an actual business. And I'm telling you, it's going to make a huge difference in your business in the long haul. And if you ever go to these Success Club trips with the other husbands, it's awesome to see the ones that are so freaking supportive. Like, there are girls' husbands that are like, yep, I'm here for this awesome trip and I will be your photographer, and I'm down on the ground getting all the shots and the angles and stuff. It's really cool. So definitely get the hubs on board.
I love it, Meg. Okay, do you feel people have responded to partner more than the word coach? It confuses people I'm chatting with. Morgan and I just had this conversation too. I feel like I've talked so much about being a coach, and like I'm approaching 6 years of being a coach, right? And so I think it's going to take people a little bit to really get used to it. And I think that's why it's important to talk about however it makes you feel most comfortable, but also noting like, we're undergoing a rebrand right now, and it's really exciting, because why ever you're excited. And, you know, lots of people get turned off by the word coach because they feel like they need to be qualified. And, you know, we're transitioning to being called partners, because yeah, while we're here for you, you know, to support you and provide the accountability, like, we're not necessarily like coaching you. We're partnering with Body to connect you to the resources, materials, etc. So I think it's going to take a little bit for it to feel natural, but the gals said at NLC, they were very adamant about, they were like the top coaches on stage accidentally saying Beachbody, and, you know, they're just naturally correcting themselves and being like, we're Body now, or, you know. And I think too, as we start to see logos change, and it's saying, you know, the Body Partner Office or whatever they're going to call it, I think it becomes more real, right? So but in order to transition to it, we have to start talking about it. So yeah. Okay. I can't even say body over beach body. It's really, I feel like I'm a little paralyzed. I'm just like, oh, partner, coach. And a few times I've been like, AKA formerly known as a coach, like that sort of thing. So if anything has worked for anyone, or if you see another coach sharing something that's great, share the tip in your team page. All right, anything else? Okay, did you guys get a good glimpse of those get 1 or 4 get shit done items? Okay, I'll make sure I post in my team page, and Morgan will grab it too to share in her team page. Her parents were in town tonight, and her and Nick were able to sneak away for a date night before the baby's born. So I was really proud of her for doing that. So all right, well, make sure you get proof that we were on tonight. And next week I'm going to make sure that we all report on the 1 or 4 things that we did this week. Okay. All right. All right, have a good night. We'll see you next week. Thanks for coming.